It was a no good, very bad day at the office for the Indianapolis Colts. Again, just their second loss of the season. But boy, was that ugly. Get this, 20 trips all time out to Pittsburgh, out to the Steel City, just 2 wins, the last coming in 2008. And they're going to have to wait a little bit longer to get that win and break that unsavory streak. 6 turnovers. You mentioned it a little bit, but it is impossible to win a football game when you turn the ball over 6 times. I mean, you are just gift wrapping a game to your opponent, and that is what happened on Sunday against the Steelers. And where you need to start there, because I'm not sure where else you would start. Although it didn't immediately start bad for the Colts. Daniel Jones in this offense took its first possession, 13 plays, 79 yards in just over 5 minutes. Things were humming. This defense forced back-to-back 3-and-outs. They were in control of this game. And then Josh Downs muffed a punt, and from there it just felt like things started to spiral a little bit, and the Colts gave the Steelers belief that they could be in this game and compete. T.J. Watt showed why he's one of the highest-paid defensive players in the league. He was wreaking havoc on the Colts' offensive line, and I'll say that. It was the O-line's worst performance to date. Felt like there was a hand in Daniel Jones' face the whole afternoon. He was constantly under pressure. And this Colts offense just couldn't get anything moving or get in a rhythm. And that's not going to happen when you turn the ball over that much. The Steelers scored 24 of its 27 points off Colts turnovers. That is the very definition of self-inflicted wounds and gift wrapping a win to your opponent. This Colts defense was constantly put in bad positions. Frankly, they played pretty well yesterday, but 6 turnovers is a ridiculous number to overcome, and it is the reason the Colts lost to the Steelers on Sunday. It's just not a recipe for success.
No, not quite. You know, Dom, we've grown used to seeing Jonathan Taylor dominate, but that really wasn't the case yesterday, huh?
No, decidedly not the case. Just 45 yards on 14 carries. He's a victim of his own standard, right? We're expecting him to go over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns a game, but that's just not what was going on yesterday for the potential MVP candidate. Not looking the part, and part of that is just kind of how the game played out. I asked Shane Steichen about that after the game on how difficult it is to get JT going in a game like that. And he said, yeah, I could have gotten him a few more carries, sure, but this O-line was struggling. We mentioned it, and frankly, it's hard to get in a rhythm when you're turning it over at the clip the Colts were yesterday. It's hard to establish any kind of offensive rhythm. That coupled with the fact that you're playing from behind for the better part of that game, so you need to be throwing the ball and scoring quickly and running the ball and getting the run game involved. That doesn't lend itself very nicely to that when you're behind for most of the game. So not a recipe for success for the Colts, for Jonathan Taylor. Look, they know what happened yesterday. This team is abnormal by their standards this season, and while it's disappointing, very disappointing, they know they're still a good football team.
Obviously hard to win when you turn it over like we did. Credit to the Steelers and their defense and what they did. Obviously, it could have been better for our guys today, moving the football up and down the field. But I thought the fight, obviously at the end, even there at the end, our guys were fighting like crazy.
I mean, we know the team that we have, the players that we have in here, and we all continue to believe in each other each and every day. I mean, it's football. It's the NFL, you know what I'm saying? So, you just got to control the things that you can't control, and some of those things, that happen sometimes on Sundays. Sometimes you can't control it. So, like I said, we got to learn from the film and move on.
It sucks. It doesn't feel good, but we do understand it's a long season, and the great teams, they find a way to bounce back. They find a way to get better from this. But in the moment, it definitely does not feel good at all.
Look, this is a bury the tape type of game for the Colts. You almost have to laugh at it because that's a performance that you're not going to win and you're not going to see very often from this team, how well they take care of the football. So you got to learn from this, take the bad things, learn from it, take care of the football, ideally, and make sure this is an anomaly rather than your identity. I suspect they will. You don't see teams turn it over that much, and the Colts have, Daniel Jones came into the day with just 3 turnovers all season, and he was responsible for 5 yesterday. That just doesn't happen. He's kind of washed away that moniker of his career, especially this season with the Colts. So they were due a bit of a stinker. This offense was performing at a super, super high clip, but now the attention turns to Germany and the Atlanta Falcons the week before the bye week. Anything can happen overseas, so you want to make sure you get back in the win column, go into the bye 8-2. And if I had told you the Colts were 7-2 through 9 weeks ahead of the season, you would have taken that and not complained at all. So, relatively speaking, it's fine. You know, the sky is not falling, but you can't repeat that performance. There's no doubt about it.
That's been what we've been sticking to, what you said earlier. The sky's not falling, I know, but just when we've had that many wins back to back, it does make this one feel more bitter than sweet. Thank you, Dom. We'll check back in with you soon.